Hey guys, Mike checking in. I'm working on a 1994 Dodge Ram 2500, and I just replaced and updated these tow mirrors. I did one of them. I'm going to show you how to do the other, because the old mirrors were tiny, just like this, right here, and I couldn't see anything when I was towing a gooseneck trailer, and that can be very dangerous. So I went ahead and got this upgrade kit you can get. I got it on eBay, and it just attaches right to it, and it has an anti-vibration plate that goes on the other side. So I'm going to show you how to put that together. And we've got 3 screws we need to take out. There's 2 in the handle here. And you got 1 right here. That one actually doesn't really feel like it's biting. I don't think that's catching anything, so just gonna leave that in place. That's it for the Phillips. Get these out all the way. And make sure you're setting your screws where you can find them again. I don't want them to fall out on the ground. Okay, so that's it for your Phillips until you put the door back on. Next is to get this door handle off, or the window roller. If you look down there, there's a tiny little clip. I'll show you when I take off. You can kind of see that gold clip, and it just expands, so I just need to push that out, and I can do that with my flathead screwdriver. I'll pop it off and then I'll show you. Okay, that's the little clip that slides on and keeps that in place, and I was able to pop it off by pushing it off on the edge with this flathead screwdriver, and now I can just pull this right off. So now that comes right off, and you can see it's got little grooves on either side, so that's where the pin sat. And we can actually take this pin and put it back on just like that. So I couldn't do that while I was holding the phone, but I just pushed that pin back on there, because when you put this back on, all you got to do is give a little bit of force and pop it on, and it clips back in. So that was the hardest part, is taking that pin out. Okay, hardest part's over. Now we just need to take off this door panel, and to do that, we'll take our flathead screwdriver. You can get a specialty tool for popping door panels, which is nice because it tends to break these less. These are replaceable, but I try to save as many as I can. It's kind of inevitable that you're going to break some of them. It's easier if you pry. You can kind of see one in there, right where those little plastic pieces are. Try and pry right next to them, and you're less likely to break them. And I'm just going to work my way around. Okay, so I've got them all off. There's the door lock, and I just got to slide out past this door. So sometimes it's easier to open that, pop that off. So on the back side, you can see all those plastic clips, and they're just friction fit there. And I was able to get that off without breaking any, fortunately, so I don't need to replace any. But that's the way you do it, just nice and slow. You work your screwdriver around, get right next to each one, and then slowly pull them all off. And that came off pretty easily. Next thing, got that piece of foam in there. Let's go ahead and pull that out. And there are your 3 bolts, which match the bolt pattern of the replacement mirror. So I've got 10mm socket. It's a deep socket. You'll probably need that because it's got studs running in there. And take those off. Okay, there we go. All the bolts are out. Old mirror's out. If you want, you can list that for sale. Somebody will buy it because they broke it off, or somebody sideswiped them and they want their old original mirrors. But today we're putting on this new mirror. Oh, that's a little bit heavier. Okay, so we've got our studs in. The foam pad is on the mirror, and then this plate here is going to fit right into here. So that's a retrofit, and what that help does is reduce the amount of vibration on that mirror so it doesn't look like everything's shaking. You can't even see in your mirror. And that's going to keep kind of your holes from cracking out on the outside too. So I'm going to put that on, put the mirror through, and screw these nuts on. So I put the top nut on first because then that just holds the mirror in place and holds all my brackets in place. It makes it much easier to have a hand free to put the next 2 nuts on there. So get my socket wrench. Now I'm just going to go through, tighten them all down. And I like to work my way around between all of them so I get kind of equal tension as I go. And again, this is something that you don't want to, you want it nice and snug where it's not going to come off. But if you over tighten these, you're going to break off one of these studs, or you're going to strip it out on the mirror end. So I think you can be a good judge of it. A good way I keep from over tightening is I don't use the leverage of the full wrench. I keep my hand right here, and that a lot of time keeps me from being able to over torque something because I don't have the leverage to do it. So if I can get it snug, my hand right here, then that's about where you want it. Okay, and they're all about the same tightness now. And there you go. Now we put the door panel back on. We call it good. Well, there you have it. Brand new tow mirrors. Much nicer than before. Here's my old one. Here's my new one. There you go. Alright, that's it. Should be pretty straightforward and easy. If you got any questions, leave comments, and thanks for watching.